stay in power for more years, so they can gain power as Mr. Tim mentioned.
Tim, nowadays we witness aviation support of the US and Israel to ISIS in Iraq and Syria on one hand, and air attacks of the so-called anti-ISIS coalition. Why, at the exact moment that the Syria and Iraq's armies are scrambling, the US has started supporting ISIS?
The US has got itself very tied up in knots with its own contradictions here, because it's created this monster, this Frankenstein's monster, and it's still supporting it. And of course, the reason that the Iraqis are very didn't want to call on the US to help them in taking back Tikrit was because many Iraqi officials, senior Iraqi officials, have said that the US is directly supplying arms to them. So on the one hand, they're playing this Frankenstein's monster to saying it's like a protection racket. We have to be here, they say, to help you against this monster. But the Iraqis no longer trust them. Of course, the Syrians don't trust them. So it's a double game that the Americans are playing, and to keep their hand in the region. But and what they fear most, I believe, is that the good neighbour relations between Iran, Iraq, and Syria, and the resistance in Lebanon, that's what they fear. They fear that people are actually going to begin to get along and cooperate in the region. And they're trying to fracture that with the help of course, their usual allies.
And nowadays, we witness aviation support of the US and Israel to ISIS in Iraq and Syria on one hand, and air attacks of the so-called anti-ISIS coalition. Why, at the exact moment that the Syria and Iraq's armies are scrambling, the US has started supporting ISIS?
Okay. See, whenever like the Syrian army and the Iraqi army making a progress, the USA interfere and involve in dropping arms supply to ISIS area, also attacking Iraqi also attacking the army people positions. It has been witnessed, recorded by Iraqi government. It's not in Israel favor to destroy ISIS because they have a common goal and enemy. We have not witnessed since the creation of those Takfiris and ISIS, they have never attacked Israel because they have the same common. So in contrary, the Israeli helping terrorist groups such al-Nusra and in Syria and treating their injuries. That's how I see it.
All right, thank you so much. Abu Ali, what benefits does insecurity and crisis in Islamic countries, especially the Middle East, bring for the US and Israel?
The crisis in Islamic countries, it grants a great benefit to Israel. First of all, it weakens the power of Muslim countries and the people. Second thing, they secure their illegal state of Israel. Third, they never lose anything in the battle, which is they fighting. But the Israelis are using the ignorant Muslims and Arab to do the fight for them, while they watch the destructions of the Muslim and Arab countries. They enjoy seeing the spell of Muslim blood.
Thank you so much. And Tim, what's your opinion?
Yes, I agree with Abu Ali that the division of their enemies is of the most importance to Israel. That's why they've preferred, for example, the strategy of the Muslim Brotherhood in Palestine, for example, which was to turn on their own people, to fight their own factions, as they've been doing now, and they've taken into Syria too now, to fragment the Palestinian leadership. And of course that weakens them. It means they can't put up a successful resistance. So I think